We're going to clean this truck. We're going to clean the chassis, the inside, the fuel cell area, and the body. We're going to basically, these are the things we're going to use. Paper towels, window cleaner. I like to use SD20, takes the rubber marks off. It's actually a degreaser, but we'll use that on a large part of the chassis anyway. Got lacquer thinner for some hard to get rubber. We generally are not going to use lacquer thinner on the body, but some of the chassis, especially inside the nose, I know we'll need that. I got some rubber gloves, and I've got a quick detailer, like a spray wax, to use on the body when we're done. Here we go. We'll start by getting this thing up on 4 stands, getting the wheels off of it so we can get into the underside of this thing. When you clean a chassis, you'll take 2 paper towels like this, you'll fold them this way, and this way, and it gives you lots of surfaces. One side, inside out, other side, come back the other way. Gives you lots of cleaning surfaces. That's generally the way it's done.
You didn't say like hot dog style hamburger.
It'd be hard to do this blind. Would not be impossible.
No.
Our SD20 didn't quite get the job done. We're going back to some wipers in it now and wipe most of the rubber right off.
So does that automatically make it the best?
I guess.
Man, I'm a trooper. That's right. This is working!
Cleaning's never been my thing. Ever since I was like 5 and my mom was like, "Oh, I clean your room." I'm like,
I never did that either. And my mom would just get fed up and clean my room for me. I'm like, yeah, that taught me.
So we cleaned the under hood area right here. You see the bottom of the hood's clean, inner fender wells, underneath the fenders are clean, inside the nose. We've wiped down the suspension, all the crossbars, the sway bar tube, and looks pretty good. Firewall's all clean. So now we're going underneath. Underneath here, we're going to clean all the floorboards, clean these oil lines, the truck arms, the rockers. These are the bottom of the rockers right here. and then head on back to the rear. In the rear, we'll clean the rear and housing. We'll try the truck arms, the springs. Here's the oil tank. We don't want to spray much on the oil tank, but we'll wipe the oil tank off. It has heat bands on it. And try to get all the grease, oil, and rubber off of these items.
I do. That's why I don't get mad when you care.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off first.
Oil off the entire bottom of this race car.
We're trying to.
Everywhere you can look and everywhere you can touch. All right?
Yep.
He knows the clean. He's like, no legs.
They're not going to see us.
Yeah, but we
They
might
see you
how
pretty
bad this
pretty well.
Oh.
They can see you pretty well.
They can? Alright.
How does it look from your view?
Don't even say.
You're getting there.
I know.
Up here it's good. I
Yep,
don't know about
yep.
there.
You're getting there. Still plenty back here.
Don't say that.
The only race job I ever got fired from, I worked on a Trans Am team, and we started running quick Trans Ams, running GT1 and SCCA. And Frank Ciappatini says, well, Steve, you know, we won a lot of races and we always run good, but you never wax my car and my wheels never shine like they need to. I'm going to let you go.
Wow.
The only race job I ever got fired from.
Only race job. These conversations better remain private. Somewhere.
No, I don't care. I hope they hear the part about your mom.
Let's take a look and see how we did.
Are you talking to us? Oh, he hasn't said anything.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, shit.
I will have you know, we went through a full paper towel.
Not bad. Work on cleaning the fuel cell area. What we want to make sure is that while we're doing this, we don't hurt our truck. We know that in this area we have templates to come across the body here, and we want to keep these bed tops nice and smooth. So it's hard to do, but we got to keep our weight off of the body, off these parts of the car. A lot of times we'll want to stand on a tire or a step stool to do that. We just want to make sure that we don't create more work by bending the body up on this thing. And also, when we get inside, we'll see there are steel structures inside, and then there is sheet metal. If we do, I don't recommend getting inside this thing, but if we do get inside this thing, we're going to make sure we take off our shoes so we don't mar up the paint. But we're also going to step on only the steel parts, because there's sheet metal in this thing. There's 25 thousandths thick, and if you stand on that sheet metal, you're going to bend it. So make sure if you do stand inside this thing, you stand on a steel bar, either the fuel cell bar, the frame rail bar, the roll cage, or there's 3 supports under the fuel cell, the bottom of the fuel cell.
Hey people, this is a R-rated filming over here. PG-13. I'm gonna hide out in here during races and tell her not to hit anything. More importantly, don't hit the back. Why are you scared? I don't know. I just feel
You don't think a fuel tank full of gas would go over here?
Well, I'm sorry. This area's nasty.
see these green stains inside the fuel cell? This is from the fuel we use, the E85. If you'll spray some SD20 on that and let it sit, these will come off. They're stubborn, but they will come off from inside here and underneath as well. Alright, now we're going to clean the interior of the race car. Inside, we'll want to make sure that we vacuum out all the rocker panels down the roll cage. We need to vacuum under the driver's seat. Vacuum the entire interior out. And we're actually going to wipe all the sheet metal down inside here with SD20 and make sure it's clean. We'll wipe off the dash, wipe off the gauge faces with some glass cleaner, clean the mirror up top here, and generally try to get this thing ready to go race. We don't want the driver looking through a dirty window. We'll clean the insides of the front windshield and the rear window. Very important that when we get in and out of this race car that we take care of the door tops up here. Try not to put any weight on those door tops. Any window bedding, we make sure we don't bend that up as well. Inside, we'll try to stay on the steel structures. You can see some 2x2 tubing down at the bottom there. Try to stay on those and make sure we don't put weight on the fire extinguishers or any of the fuel line or anything else running through the cab of this race car.
Oh man, I think it's time to call it a day before we get in off. And the SD20 and the roll of tires. What? What'd you say?
I said scalpel sponge.
When we get inside, we should really take our shoes off so we don't mar up the floor. On the exterior of this race car, we'll hit spots that need rubber taken off with SD20. That's this spot right here. But we'll only use SD20 in spots that we need it. And when we're done, after we've gotten the rubber off the truck, we'll go back and use a quick mist detailer, some kind of a spray wax, like this. Wipe it on, wipe it off, and that brings the shine back. SD20 will streak paint pretty badly, so especially on this black, it'll show streaks quite a bit. In our windows, we'll use a window cleaner. This is actually a plastic window cleaner. Good stuff. And we'll clean the windows on the outside, inside, outside, whatever needs it. We'll do the entire body like that, and we'll be done. When I finish the job, I like to make sure and put everything away, clean up everything, leave the project like I'd never been there before.